Peace and blessings, everyone. It is yours truly. I am Amar Mari. I am the founder of El Kebalan Unity Alliance. I am the CEO of Synergetic Network Group, LLC, and El Kebalan Lifestyle. I'm also a real estate investor. My queen, Amani Amari, she's the co-founder of our organization, and she is the executive director of all of our businesses. And this is your empowerment moment. Today we're going to talk about investing in yourself. Again, investing in yourself. It is imperative that we expose ourselves to information and or people that will cause our lives to appreciate rather than depreciate. In other words, we need people in our lives, and we need to expose ourselves to information that will cause our lives to appreciate and value, not to cause us to devalue ourselves. So with that being said, I have a curriculum that I'm studying right now. I believe in disseminating empowering information. Right now, my queen and I, hopefully you can see this, we are currently a part of the J. Morrison Academy. All right. Again, as I aforementioned, we are real estate investors. And as you can see, the course speaks for itself. Okay, here you have wholesaling, financing, you have buying and flipping, buying and holding. He has some phenomenal instructors who have listened to him as their mentor. One of which his name is Isaac, and the other one's name is Will Roundtree. Both of those gentlemen have businesses that he has helped them to level up in their life in the area of their finances, and has helped them to establish businesses that will accumulate wealth that can be passed on for generations. What they did was they took out the time to partake in the J. Morrison Academy. And this is only for those in the arena of real estate. Okay. If you're looking to find a course and it is a legitimate course and the curriculum is going to empower you, won't be a waste of your time and or money. Okay. You're talking about dealing with somebody who is a multi-millionaire. In fact, Will Roundtree, he has a 7-figure business due to partnering with J. Morrison. The young man, Isaac Grace, he has a 6-figure business, which he's very close to transitioning into having a 7-figure business. Okay, and due to us, our family, wanting to accumulate wealth to be able to pass on to the next generation, we too have partnered with the J. Morrison Academy. I'm telling you, man, this real estate investment course is absolutely phenomenal. So we chose to invest in ourselves. We have to ensure that we're willing to put money into our lives so that we can accumulate wealth as well. I don't want to limit it to finances. I believe in dealing with the whole man. Again, I believe in investing in your spiritual and your physical well-being as well. Well, let's talk about that briefly. You need to make good money in order for you to be able to even eat good. If you look at the prices at Whole Foods and Trader Joe's, you need to make a good income just for you to eat good so that you can live good and you can have good health. Okay? I don't know if any of you ever been in a situation where you had a family member or friend that needed some help financially and you couldn't help them because you didn't have the resources to do so. I know we see this a lot on social media as it relates to GoFundMes. How many of us have seen that on social media where because families didn't have the resources, they had to start a GoFundMe? This can be avoided by us pouring into our lives information that is accurate. And we can become empowered by implementing accurate information. When you apply what you know, then you can grow. The reason why a lot of us have no value of ourselves is because, unfortunately, we have exposed ourselves to listening, to reading, to watching things that gets into our subconscious mind and causes us to devalue ourselves. So now the view of ourselves in our lives began to cause us to depreciate in our lives. It doesn't appreciate, which means that those things that we're reading, that we're listening to, that we're watching, isn't adding any value to our life. I am here to expose you to information by subject matter experts that will help your life go to another level. Again, spiritually, physically, and financially. We need to grow in the knowledge of self, health, and wealth. Those are the major tiers of our life that we need to focus on. The reason why our people are in a disposition is because, again, because of the lack of knowledge, our people perish, and also because they reject knowledge. So it's because of what we don't know and that which we're not doing with what we know that can cause our lives to grow exponentially. So I'm encouraging you today for you to take out the time for you to start investing in yourself, because I'm definitely reading the Real Estate Investors course by Jay Morrison. I'm telling you, man, it's absolutely phenomenal. My queen and I, again, took the venture to start purchasing real estate because we understand that that is a very lucrative business, and lucrative meaning that we can generate great wealth coming from us doing so. And not only that, we're able to leave our child and our children something of value, something that will cause them to be able to be in a better financial position than what we were in when we were their age. So your life is a picture. Just like a pitcher is poured into, it also pours out. So whatever we know as a parent, as a family member, as a friend, we should be also sharing that information with those who are in our circle. And this is another issue that we have. A lot of our people die full of information, and they haven't disseminated that information to the masses, so that way the masses can actually grow as well. So a lot of us have information, and this is what I come to find in my interface with other parents that actually have properties. I asked the question, did you teach your child about purchasing a home? They said no. I said, does your child know what equity is? They say no. But yet they're homeowners. And this is not throwing any shots at anybody. No, what I'm telling you is, this is the reason why this program exists. It is to bring about situational awareness, SA. Okay, situational awareness. So if you hear me say SA throughout this program, you will come to find that it means that. Okay, situational awareness. All right. So we have to start programming ourselves to become readers, to become listeners. We have to start programming ourselves to expose ourselves to information that's going to enhance our life. Here's the question. Why are you wasting time on information that is not beneficial for you at all? Why are you listening to conversations? Why are you watching? Why are you reading anything that is not benefiting your life? So here's the thing. You should only be taking out time to listen, to read, to watch only that which is going to add value to your life. If it doesn't cause your life to appreciate, in other words, if it doesn't add value to your life, if it's not going to enhance your knowledge, your wisdom, and your understanding, if it's not going to put you and your family in a better position, it is a waste of time. Time is of the essence. One thing about time, once you spent it, you can't get a return on it. You can't get a return on time after it's spent. Not wisely. I have to add that in there. So, in order for you to get a good return on your time, you have to spend it wisely. So, my question to you is, what's the return on you wasting time? You've invested your time in something that's not benefiting you anything? That's not an addition to your life. That's a subtraction. So what you need to do is you need to add to your life only that which you can multiply your life by. Okay? Then you can divide. Why? Because now you have enough to share. So you should only be subtracting things from your life that are not beneficial to your life. You shouldn't be adding those things to your life because those things equal zero. In other words, it does absolutely nothing for you. You're listening to a man who has retired at the age of 39 fully, who comes from the ghetto of Rochester, New York, who grew up on two of the worst sides of the city, who grew up without a father active in his life, who was given away as a young man to his grandmother, who only seen drugs, crime, violence, who's seen poverty. Now who's fully retired, who owns a total of 3 businesses, one of which is a real estate investment business. I listen to people who are wealthy. I'm connected with RE Wealth Advisors, which is a multi-millionaire who spoke at our event last year. Synergetic Network Group LLC, Patrick Dean, RE Wealth Advisors, who has $1 million portfolio. And now I'm connected to the J. Morrison Academy, where he is running a multi-million-dollar business. Not only that, we're part of the TRIF, the Tulsa Real Estate Investment Funding, where it's a crowdfunding, where all of us who look like us have come together and we purchase properties as a family. We all brought our money together. We purchased property as a family, and then all of us reap the benefits from investing in those properties. Cooperative economics. My queen and I work together as a team to fulfill our dream. Together, team, together, everyone accomplishes more. So I'm sharing this with you to empower you. It's time for us to become aware of that which we don't know. Because of what we don't know, this is the reason why our lives are dilapidated. So my question to you is, what have you taken out the time to do in order for you to no longer be in a position of lack, of barely making it? I'm an example for you that you can have African pride. I'm an example for you that your background is not a restriction. I'm not here to boast in pride. I'm only here to share, to empower you so that you can stop thinking that you can't. Why is it that you think that you can't when there's so many around you showing you that you can? Listen, when you take action, there's a reaction from the universe. If you take no action, you get no reaction from the universe. Point proven. If you don't sow a seed in the ground, then how can the universe yield you a harvest? And if you don't cultivate the seed that's in the ground, if you don't water the seed that's in the ground, how can you accumulate a harvest? Okay, if you sow the seed, if you water the seed, and you never pluck the ears of corn, the apples off the tree, the oranges off the tree, the mangoes off the tree, then how can you ever partake of the fruit? So what I'm telling you is the universe is presenting you information where you yourself have not labored to acquire. So why wouldn't you go after this information and implement this information so it could transform your situation? If you don't apply what you know, then you will never grow. If you don't seek the information, you'll never find it. If you never knock, then the door will never be open. And if the door is open for you, you'll never reap what's on the other side of the door because you're not taking the steps. The stairway to success is by you taking a step. Success is at the top. But if you never do what you need to do, which is metaphorically speaking, the steps, if you don't take the steps, then you will never reach success. The only way you can reach success is by taking the steps. In other words, you got to implement what you know. You got to go research what you don't know so you can know, so that your situation will not remain the same. Had I not made the right choices in my life, I would not be where I am today. I chose to be a victor. You must understand, I'm in a position of victory because I chose not to be defeated. I could have allowed failed marriages prior to the one I'm in right now. I could have allowed that to deter me from seeking to be married. However, I did not allow the marriages that did not work to keep me from being in a relationship that will. I didn't stop. I didn't give up. When I was in the military before I retired after 20 years, I was fatigued. I was weary. I was frustrated. I was stressed out. I was getting tired of it, and I was at the brink of giving up. Why? Right when I was at the threshold of the finish line, I said, you know what? I said, I refuse to tap out. And because I didn't tap out, it brought me out of poverty. It brought me out of lack. Now, because I didn't give up, now my life has blown up in a positive way. You can't go up by giving up. The only way up is up. You can't put things in your life that's going to take you down and expect for you to go up. The last time I checked, when you're in the elevator and you push the down button, it doesn't go up, it goes down. Even with my health, I took control of my health. My life is better health-wise. I used to have all type of headaches. Okay? I could barely sleep. This is a true story. But when I disciplined myself and I changed my diet and I started putting things in my life that's good for me, it caused me to have better health. When I started putting things in my soul that is good for my soul, it gave me better character. When I started putting things in my life that benefited me financially, it caused my financial situation to not remain the same, but to transform and to become better. So again, don't invest in anything that does not give you a beneficial return on investment. People, where the love is not reciprocated, you're wasting your time. People who do not want to grow, they want to stay where they are, they're comfortable where they're at. Again, you are wasting your time. Only affiliate yourself with like-minded people. Only share information with like-minded people. Because if you share information with people who do not care, you're wasting your time. Only people who care will be attentive because they desire to learn. These are people who will take the life preserver so they no longer will be drowning in a life of despair and lack. And poverty. So again, only give your time to things that are going to empower your mind. Only give your time to things that are going to make you better. If it doesn't elevate, then you need to terminate. If it doesn't elevate, then you need to terminate. The return on investment in this right here, the return on investment is my family having better access to health care, to dental care, better food, a better neighborhood, an overall better quality of life. My children won't have to struggle like I did. My grandchildren won't have to struggle like I did. That's the return on investment. Where we're going to leave a footprint that our children and our grandchildren can follow after, that is going to empower them. When I've learned my culture and I passed it down to my children and my grandchildren, it builds self-esteem. It builds confidence in who they are as an African. When I share with them historically what our people have accomplished, it instills within them a sense of confidence. So that's the return on investment that my children and our children and our grandchild and our grandchildren will not lack self-esteem. And they will not think that their ethnicity will cripple them. We're leaving them a model that they can observe and see what the aftermath of being a person that actually takes action can reap. So again, if it doesn't add value to your life, then you need to ostracize it. Let's stop wasting valuable time. Time is very valuable. And if you don't spend it right, I promise you, you will not receive a beneficial return. Take out the time to read the right thing, listen to the right thing, and affiliate yourself with people who is going to higher heights in their life. Ignore the noise. Ignore the noise. In other words, ignore the doubters. Ignore those who talk negative. Because they don't matter. What matters is you and your family. The state that you and your family is in. And them reaping the benefits because of the work that you put in. That's what matters. Again, this is yours truly. I'm Amar Mari. I'm the founder of El Kebalan Unity Alliance. My queen, Amani Mari, is the co-founder. I'm also the CEO of Synergetic Network Group, LLC, and El Kebalan Lifestyle. And we're also real estate investors. We thank all of you so much for you tuning in. If this video is some benefit to you, and you believe it will be of some benefit to someone else, it'll be great if you share it. Sharing is definitely caring. It's not a cliche around here. Our attitude is servitude. Okay, remember that your life is a pitcher. You're poured into so you can pour out. Peace and blessings. Thank you for tuning in.